This is Spotlight, a series inspired by Spin's journey of reimagining mobility in cities. Join us as we host conversations with innovators and influencers who are shaking things up.
Welcome to Spin Spotlight from Spin, the scooter company. I'm Cam Mullen. Being a digital creator is the ultimate millennial and Gen Z dream job. The life of an influencer. Making videos on YouTube, on Instagram, getting paid by brands to travel the world. It all looks so easy. But in fact, there's a ton of work that goes into each piece of content and behind the scenes. It's a full-time job and it's not always glamorous. Today we have a world-famous creator, Marc Ian, joining us to tell us about his journey and how he works to make people smile. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So Marc Ian, at Spin, we're obsessed with the rider experience and we're always thinking about how to add more joy to their ride. And reading your description on YouTube, we see that your mission is to make people smile through your content, and you've created the Smile Squad. And so tell me a little bit about, your mission and how making people smile embodies itself in your work.
Yes, the theme of all my videos is making people smile. I think that's partly has related to me as a person. I'm a generally positive guy, sweet kid growing up. That's always kind of the person that I was. Mm-hmm. And in terms of having a purpose to my content, instead of just being a random creator who just vlogs his life or anything, I found that smiling was actually a very strong purpose that united people across the world, because a smile is universal. No matter what language you speak, what background you have, we all know what a smile means. It's the most natural form of happiness. So that's kind of what drives all my content. Right now I make comedy skits on Facebook primarily, and all with kind of like a lighthearted vibe to it.
And your shirt says smile in English. What are those other languages?
We have English, Spanish, French, Tagalog, Greek, Hindi,
Arabic, Hebrew, Chinese, and Korean.
Wow.
And the name of my community or my fan base is Smile Squad. And we have this is like our Smile Squad sign.
Okay,
so
nice.
We'll have to take a picture with you doing that too.
Okay, right on. And you've been making videos for a long time. I think I saw your first one on YouTube 4 years ago. Is that when you started?
Around 4 or 5 years ago. I was 16.
And so were you making videos for fun, or how did it all start? Tell us a little bit about the journey.
I don't have the traditional influencer story where it was like I was a kid at school, or a bored kid in my bedroom. I was never super creative or artistic. I started on the business side of the whole social media. I created a business platform for YouTubers when I was 16, which led me to create a YouTube channel to be able to understand how YouTubers work and be able to reach out to them. The business failed, but I saw the value in creating content and building a following. So kept making videos throughout my last years of high school and college, transitioned to Facebook, and dropped out of college to do it full time.
So you were in college and you created a platform. You created a platform for brands to connect with YouTubers?
I was in high school and it was a monetization platform for YouTubers. So a way that they could monetize their fan base through gigs.
And so did you code it?
No, I didn't code it. We had a team.
Built?
My dad is an entrepreneur. He creates internet startups.
Okay.
And he was working with an agency in Spain. And we added this project onto that team.
Okay, cool. So it was almost a family business to start.
Yes, I learned everything about business from my dad. He's super smart, and it was an awesome learning experience.
And so tell us a little bit more about your family and where your roots, where you came from. You mentioned your dad was a entrepreneur, a business guy. What about the rest of your family?
So I grew up in Russia, Spain, and Hong Kong.
Okay.
My dad's French. My mom's American.
Okay.
We, again, not very super traditional family. We traveled a lot growing up. Yeah, that's really shaped me as a person. I was exposed to so many different cultures, made me open-minded, and I love my parents. They were totally supportive of me dropping out, which is pretty rare. Super grateful.
And so I know some people that move around the world and maybe one of their parent is in the army.
Yes.
But you said your father was an entrepreneur. And so what kind of job brings you around the world? It's like,
Yeah, so what
was he doing?
He creates internet startups.
Okay.
So right now he's actually doing social media, which is so strange for like a 60-year-old person to do. So he's working on a martial arts like page, and he totally gets the business, social media, all that. So it's all online, which allows us to like move to different countries. And we moved to Hong Kong just kind of on the fly. We were like, oh, you want to discover Asia and learn Chinese? We're like, yeah, let's do it. So just moved there.
Nice, really cool. And so one thing that stood out to me as you're talking is you mentioned that you started on the business side and then you created a company that, exposed you to the YouTube world, and then you started creating content.
Yeah.
Some creators, when we talk to them, we see that they had a passion for filmmaking. And I imagine that, being in this full time, there's endless nights where you're editing and then again and again and again. How do you keep the excitement and the energy to do something like that, given that maybe, filmmaking wasn't your inherent aptitude?
I only do the good stuff now.
Oh,
for example, same with you. You're not the one coding, are you? Maybe it started off that way where you have to do everything, but now I have a team. I have an editor, so I'm not editing anymore. Editing, like you say, is super laborious and requires a lot of hours and like results in burnout. But now I don't deal with that. I have a writer. I have my assistant who gets props, does the logistics. So now I do my favorite part, which is creating the content, like filming it and all that. And I delegate all the other work to people who are actually much better than me in those fields.
Okay, perfect. That's a dream.
Yeah.
But it
great.
started, you were doing everything, I imagine, from the start, right?
For the first 4 years, yeah. And it's only been this year that I've took on the challenge of like having a team, and which has just changed the game and allows me to create more content and reach more people.
Okay, cool. And so when along the line did you decide to jump off full time and start making these videos as your full-time job?
Well, second year of college, it started to monetize, because without monetization, it wouldn't make sense to have just left.
And so what university were you at?
I was studying at USC in LA, and Facebook started monetizing. And it got to a point where I could sustain myself off of the ad revenue. And when I had my summer times, I was making like a video every day, and the page was just growing so fast. And then I went back to college.
So how fast? Like you're saying you're a sophomore in college, making videos and where were you publishing them?
On Facebook. So this is the time where my Facebook page was growing. I went to college with about 300,000 followers.
Freshman year.
Okay. Or maybe 200. Actually, it was 200. And then a year into college, or two, I can't remember, I hit 1 million followers. So It already was a significant audience. And then when I had my summer times, it was growing really fast. I think summer 2016, I gained like 100,000 followers in a month because I was posting every day. But then school came back around, back to classes. I couldn't post. I could only post like once a week or every couple of weeks, which slowed everything down.
Slowed growth down.
Exactly. Slowed growth down.
Were you losing followers, or it was just plateauing?
Just growing slowly.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't losing followers, but just growing slowly versus like summers where I was dedicating all my time to it, growing super fast. So it came to a point where I decided to leave because school was hindering my business.
And as you're walking around sophomore year at USC and with 1 million followers, tell me what that feels like. Do people notice you? Does everyone know who you are?
Low key, maybe, because not necessarily my Facebook page, my videos, but I did a couple of USC related videos. So I think that's what people would have known me by. But I've never like thought of it that way. My Facebook audience is very global, meaning even though if I have 5 million followers now, I don't have the same status / self-consciousness of walking around if I had 5 million American followers, for example, which I enjoy because I wouldn't want to go around and like be super self-conscious that people know me like that. But no, it's great. I'm really grateful for the position that I'm in.
And are you making video? I mean, USC has a great film program, lots of aspiring actors that go there, I imagine. Were you making friends with people that were then featured in your videos that like during this time?
Yeah, a lot of the actors that I would cast in my videos were like actors at USC because they were just within my network of people. I was in the business school, so I didn't know them personally, but I would make on postings on Facebook groups, and then actors would reach out to me, and we used to make a lot of fun videos. And now we like cast actors on casting sites in LA because we're filming about 7 videos a week. So we need a lot of people.
And so this is all pretty recent, right? Like so after sophomore year, did you left USC
Yeah.
that summer? And then you moved to a place in LA, and that's where you're living now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, nice.
Living
And
the adult
your
life.
family is where?
Honestly, I don't know because, well, not in a bad way. They're in Spain right now.
Okay.
But we sold our house, so we don't have a home anymore. We each have a suitcase with all our belongings, and
Wow.
my parents just like work online, like I said. So and they'll like travel to different. They were like Hong Kong a month ago. I don't know. They spend time in Thailand for some work. Or honestly, that's why I'm saying I don't know. They work in like different places and have that flexibility.
Well, that's amazing. I think
Yeah.
that were you homeschooled at some point?
Not at all. No, I went to British schools my whole life. But every like vacation or school break, we would like travel, and so those were amazing experiences.
So I'm sure you've been all over the world. Do you know how many countries you've been to?
I mean, I know there are people who've done like a lot, so it's not going to sound that impressive. I think I've done about 30 or 40 countries. I've been to 30 or 40, which is a lot. But like, I know people, well, obviously I've been to more and stuff.
But a lot of people have been to less.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It is a lot. 30 is a lot. Do you know how many countries you've been to?
I've been to I think 30. Yeah. So not as many as 30 to 40.
Yeah.
But
Still a lot.
So we were talking earlier about Nos Daily.
Yes.
And Nos Daily has, we talk about this influencer, and he one of his videos he shared his favorite country. And it was the Philippines.
I'm not surprised.
And I love how he mentioned the reasons he liked it. And long story short, I was there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Inspired by that. I was influenced. And so where would you influence, your audience? What country should they go to, and maybe why?
Also, Naz is also one of my favorite creators. It's amazing. My favorite country, I would have to say, is Japan.
Okay.
Here's why. I've been to a lot of countries, especially in Asia, and even though I don't speak the language, let's say Thailand or whatever, Indonesia, I could still get around, But in Japan, you are lost. It is the most extreme in its uniqueness of its culture.
Okay.
You feel like you're in a video game.
Okay.
And that's what I love about it. I love like feeling lost and being like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to go adventure. So I highly recommend Japan if you haven't been.
Okay. What city?
Tokyo, classic, big city. I've been to a couple other like smaller cities, Kyoto, Osaka, which are cool to visit too.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll have to go.
Yeah.
So how does making videos as you're traveling compare to making videos at home?
Very different style of videos. For example, at home, I'll do comedy skits. Last year, I did a travel series in Europe where it was kind of like adventure challenges, which is way more stressful. So that's why I don't tend to do a lot of like real life vlogs with challenges, because a lot of unpredictable factors. I like having control. I like knowing what's going on. So that's why I enjoy doing comedy skits right now. But I definitely plan to do travels videos in the future.
A lot of people are making vlogs, right? That seems to be maybe it's easier, or maybe it's the style type du jour. But a lot of your content is bite size, quick, easy to consume, sound effects.
Yeah.
Is that a strategic decision? When you're thinking about what to go with, and you're business minded, are you looking at, what's going to perform better? Or do you think about it maybe with a more artistic lens and what type of story resonates? How do you decide what, skit or what, bit or what story to tell next?
It's definitely a balance. I would say, because this is a business, I'm treating social media as a business. Anytime anything monetizes, it's a business. Performance has to be there, no matter what. Having said that, I'm not going to do pranks, because even though they would perform probably really well, first of all, I probably wouldn't enjoy doing that. Second of all, it's not necessarily positive. A lot of pranks are provocative and negative. So that's when we'll make the conscious decision of making like comedy skits, but with my twist, making it very lighthearted and very relatable to different topics.
Okay.
And the other factor is platform. Which platform are you doing? How do you curate content for that platform? So Facebook is meant to be super fast, engaging, like bite-sized content.
Got it.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite creator besides Nas Daily?
I like Nas. I really like Cody Ko. I think the Vlog Squad's fun. I like Emma Chamberlain. I like.
Why do you like these people?
I think that there's a sense of some of these creators being really proud of the work they make, and I think that shines through. You know, when like David Dobrik, you can tell every single video he's like confident when he puts it out, and some other people who like, you know, you'll see mistakes in their edits, or you'll see them just be really long and hard to follow, are like, you know, I guess I don't enjoy as much. Sometimes they're relatable.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're really funny.
Yeah.
And eventually you start to get to know the creator. I have to say, like, even meeting you here, I feel like I know you because I've been watching your videos.
Sure.
Does that happen a lot where people come up to you and they almost expect you to know them and their story?
Yeah, sure. And it does. And I really enjoy always like interacting with people who watch my videos. And it's good for me to validate that I am the same person that they think that I am in my videos, which is good because I'm sure there are a lot of creators that you would meet in real life, but they're not the same as they are in their videos, or celebrities, same instance. But I try to make all my content purpose driven. So it's always about making people smile. So that's probably the foundation of all of my art. That mission is always at the root of my content.
And so taking another page, one thing that at Spin we think about a lot is our community. So we're operating in right now 65 markets around the country, and we're always thinking about how can we make our marketing more localized? How can we connect with the community, provide a service that, you know, means a lot to them. And so I'm curious about your community a little bit, and on the creator side, tell us a little bit about who these people are and what it's like working in the same sphere as them.
As creators, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the creator side.
Yeah, there's definitely a whole spectrum of creators ranging from different topics, different personality types.
Okay.
I personally haven't been too involved in creator community, especially in LA. First of all, I think it's been a conscious decision. I mainly associate myself or like gravitate myself to people who are similar to myself in terms of like positivity or just purpose-driven content. A lot of the people in LA like to party, for example. I'm not a partier. So that already has excluded me from a lot of your more traditional creators. But no, it's super fun to meet other creators and like collaborate and be able to share your experiences with someone who gets it, because unless you're in the space like doing it, people wouldn't like really get what goes on in your mind
And all the work that goes into it and the types of problems, I imagine. Yeah.
Exactly.
We've heard a little bit about your past. And so what's coming next? You know, when you look at the landscape as a business person, trying to prepare, trying to monetize all this stuff, what platforms and media trends do you think we'll see in the next 5 years?
The future will be in, like I've been saying, purpose-driven content.
Okay.
So creators that have a strong why. I think people can attach themselves way strongly. Is that how you say it? Way stronger. Okay, I can't speak English now. Way stronger to a purpose, like any business, right? Spin is not just scooters. There's a purpose behind that. Ride the moment, being part, experiencing, you know, feeling like you're in the moment. That goes way beyond than just what the product is. So channels, another one of my favorite channels is Yes Theory. Their whole purpose is seeking discomfort, leaving your comfort zone. So that's why I think they have such a strong, loyal fan base. So I think that's the future. And for my own company, I would like to just grow it to different verticals, be able to reach as many people with my positive content and bring people together through that. So.
And what platforms are you investing in? So you mentioned on Facebook is where you've been focusing a lot of your efforts. You have 3.5 million followers there versus, you know,
Instagram,
a couple 100,000 on YouTube or Instagram, something like that. So do you expect to, you know, continue to invest in Facebook? Is TikTok on your radar? Is Instagram TV on your radar? You know, how do you, what do you think is going to be big?
Facebook is going to be always a big platform for me.
So Facebook.com, like the Facebook app.
Yes. Yeah. Facebook. That's where my core, I'm a Facebook creator. So that'll be my main content. I think there's a huge opportunity for creators on Facebook, especially if they've been growing the creator community. Instagram, big, of course, as well. YouTube, also an important platform. I see myself having content on all these different platforms. TikTok, definitely a growing platform. Doesn't monetize at the moment, probably will in the future. Hard for me to prioritize as something worth sacrificing another one of my main platforms at the moment. But I could see myself growing stuff on there too. But yeah, a lot of different platforms, they each have their own purpose. But yeah, Facebook's been what has worked really well for me.
And what creators are going to be big in the future? Have you discovered anyone maybe that's unknown that, is going to be on the map?
Ooh, I would say that actually I have 2 creators that just joined my team who are incredible.
Okay. And who are they?
So one of them is Kurt. The other is Ariana.
Okay.
They're both actors traditionally. They have their own social medias, but they've joined my team as creators on my comedy skit page. So they're now going to be making comedy skits on my page, and they're just hilarious. They're super talented. I'm very selective with who I pick to join my team so far, because it's relatively small. And yeah, they're super talented. So I wouldn't be surprised. They're going to be stars.
And is this the Smile Squad team?
Yeah, they're part of, on the creative side.
What's the brand? Like, what's your team name?
Smile Squad. Yeah, the Smile Squad team. I have the production, like behind the scenes team, as well as like the creative team, which would be like Kurt and Ariana. So yeah, they're awesome.
And Ariana.
Yeah.
Awesome. Becoming a creator. How are creators able to make money these days?
Lots of different avenues. The most common ones are ad revenue. So you post a video, there's an ad on the video. Other common ones are brand deals. Brand pays you to put their product in a video or photo. But the more unique ones might be like creating online video courses. Merchandise, that's also a popular one. Lots of different avenues. So for me, it's mainly been ad revenue, but I would love to like create all these other products.
And so how does ad revenue compare now on Facebook versus YouTube versus, maybe those are the only 2 ad revenue channels?
Yeah, probably.
Are they paying the same?
So the CPMs would probably be lower on Facebook, but I would say that you'd get more views on Facebook.
Okay. And what are the CPMs? Are they?
Depends on a lot of factors.
Is there a range? Is it like?
Probably And
so CPM is the cost per 1,000 views or impressions.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it views? Okay.
So however you want it. Yeah, impressions, what views. Yeah, it'll depend on things like demographic, like where you're watching, like who's watching.
If you're international, it has a different CPM than maybe California.
Yes, as well as on Facebook, like people need to watch the ad versus on YouTube, it kind of comes up before the video, so it's almost like guaranteed. So
I guess the range is like, maybe traditionally marketing, you can buy semi-targeted ads for $5 CPM. On maybe a Google display ad or something targeted to some people. So is that generally the range that, maybe you'd be bringing in as a creator? Is it kind of discounted a little bit? Sometimes can it be better? Is it, if the video is super engaging, perhaps?
Right. Could be as low as 20 cents, could be as high as $2. Depends on a lot of factors. YouTube, I believe, is generally higher than that.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar because I don't post much on there, but.
Yeah. And so do you work with a lot of brands?
Not too many. Honestly, one, I think brands aren't really familiar with Facebook marketing, Facebook influencer marketing. So most of my deals will be through Instagram.
Yeah.
Secondly, I don't like to focus on brand work because it's very unpredictable. It's out of my control. So I take the attitude of, if it comes, great, let's do it. But my focus on monetizing will be on ad revenue currently.
Okay, interesting. I'm particularly interested on this side, on the marketing side here. So what is do you have a brand deal that you've been super proud of at the end of the day, that you put out a piece of work that is a win-win-win?
Oh, for sure. Bumble was probably my favorite brand deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about that.
I made one of my favorite like branded piece of content with them. It was called How to Make a Best Friend in 24 Hours. and it was
Okay.
promoting Bumble's BFF
Okay.
feature, which is not
Yep.
dating, it's like making friends.
Uh-huh.
And so we were in Europe or in Italy, and
Yeah.
we used Bumble BFF to find two strangers and take them on the craziest 24-hour date to see if we can become best friends.
Okay.
So we took them to a gelato making workshop.
Okay.
We went around the park on these like 4-wheel scooter, like it wasn't scooters, but these like carts.
Okay.
We did a bunch of super fun stuff, and it was like awesome experience. And Bumble BFF was the thing that connected us in the first place. So
Wow.
that was super fun. That was on Facebook, which was awesome.
Yeah. And so how did that, so what's the process? You know, did they reach out to you with this idea? Did you guys have a brainstorm? Did you fly into a boardroom? Walk us through the actual, like, you know, maybe behind the scenes, some of this work.
I've done a lot of outreach with brands.
Okay.
From the first year of creating content.
Yeah.
So I reached out to a lot of brands, and reached out to Bumble was one of them that I
Okay.
did because I thought it aligned with my brand.
Yep.
And told them that this is what I do, would love to partner. And they gave me a lot of creative freedom, which is great, which I loved. And so I pitched them kind of this idea, and they were like, go ahead and do it. And yeah, we made the video, and it was an awesome video. They loved it.
Nice. And so are you still using Bumble?
Yes. And I think we're going to do another branded post with them like in a couple weeks.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And so have you, are you single right now? Are you actually
Yes.
swiping on the date version? Okay.
Yeah, I'm single, and I'll only use Bumble. Not because I have like a contract that I only use Bumble, but just
Yeah.
out of respect for the brand that I work with, and I'm friends with the person who's in charge of influencer partnerships and stuff. So yeah, and I like Bumble because it's that lighthearted vibe that kind of is who I am and like my brand.
Yeah. A lot of respect for the company as well.
Yeah.
Is it hard? If you have a partner, what as a creator, be a boyfriend, girlfriend, do you think that can sometimes take away from, you know, the work you're doing? Does it ever feel like
Yeah.
you have to decide to spend time on filming or making a video or taking your partner out to dinner?
Yeah, definitely. And I was in a relationship a year ago for 10 months, and I had to end it because I couldn't balance work and a relationship.
Wow.
So that was exactly the problem. And so I decided that I had to focus on work and like put 100% of my time into that. And so you're right. Yeah, it happens.
And so what's the end goal here? You know, you're making videos, you're getting tons of views, you're hopefully getting brand deals, making some money on the side, you know, turning this into a business. What's the end goal?
I would take that to a broader scale of what's my like mission in life.
Yeah, what's the destination?
Well, from my young experience on this earth, I think I would like to make the most out of my life. That's kind of my overarching statement. More specifically, I love creating businesses. So this is just social media is the business that I'm creating right now. I want to be a soccer player because I played soccer my whole life. So I'm guessing 25 to 30 because after 30, the body won't be able to do that. I'll play soccer competitively. After that, if I want to be a surfer, I'll surf around the world. If I want to be a musician, then I'll do that. Or whatever business, tech. I love tech too. So maybe I'll create a tech company. That's kind of how I would love to live my life, and more in like the entrepreneurial career lifestyle path.
Awesome. Well, super great chatting with you. It was awesome to hear about your journey, where you're going. For all listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. To catch up with Marc Ian, you can find him on Instagram, on YouTube. You can see this video on YouTube, on Facebook, etc., on Spin's channels. And so thanks for coming in. For people that are watching on the video now, we're going to do a skit in the office.
All right.
So what's the gist of this skit we're doing?
Yeah. So you guys told me that you want to do a social experiment
Okay.
that made people smile.
Okay.
And so I thought of doing something dance related. And since I had made an Instagram video called Different Ways to Hit the Whoa, which is
Okay.
this like popular dance move,
Okay.
I'm thinking that we get the people at Spin to do the whoa.
So the employees.
Yes.
I don't know if everyone's like very, you know, outgoing and confident enough to
Well,
do
you
that.
know what? It's about leaving your comfort zone.
Okay. Great.
And it's not a hard dance move. So
All right, so we'll post this video online so you guys can tune in and check it out once we make it. Thanks again for coming in.
thank you for having me.
What's up? Welcome to Spin headquarters. We're here with Marc Ian, and we're gonna be going around the office meeting our employees and recruiting them to the Smile Squad through one of the initiations, which is learning how to whoa.
Exactly.
Woo!
So let's go. You got it.
Come with us. Laptop.
You're going to join the happiest group on the internet. Okay. But you have to kind of get out of your comfort zone and do something a little fun. It's called hitting the whoa. Are you familiar?
No.
It's a dance move that goes like this, okay?
Oh, no.
You can throw it up in the air,
Okay.
and then you just hit it like that.
That?
He's in it. That was, you made it, man. You made it. Yes. Good job, man. That was great. That was great. Throw it up, and whoa. Yes. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome to Smile Squad. It's official. I'm not a dancer at all, but this is the great thing about dancing is that it's universal. But so many of us have such a high fear of judgment, which we don't do it, but it's so happy. So, you said you've heard of the row, or you haven't heard of the row? You've heard of the row. No. Okay, neither of them have heard. Okay, so you're gonna come stand here next to me. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Throw it up. Yes, good job, guys. You did it. You guys are great. Whoa. Whoa. Yes, you did it. Good job, man. There we go. Hey, Smile Squad. Awesome. Good job, man. Appreciate it. You got it. And up. And whoa, yes. Adding a little like karaoke. Yeah, good job, man. Right? You're great. You're great. Whoa. Whoa. Yes, good job, guys. Spin Squad is part of the Smile Squad. Woo! Smile Squad.